Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Looking at XLK, Apple, and Facebook on the daily and weekly time frame, so the tech sector is still on fire. And we had a doji here, an inside candlestick, a bit of indecision on Friday, same as the market, same as QQQ. So we'll watch for a break of this range on Tuesday. High of 56.45 resistance, low of 56.23 support, and how we break there will likely dictate what kind of day we have on Tuesday in terms of the short-term direction related to that tightening range and the equilibrium that is going to break. Again, if you zoom in on the hourly time frame to these 2 days, it's going to be higher lows and lower highs waiting for that break to occur. Not sure what this volume is all about. Certainly the range does not dictate that that volume did take place, so I'm going to have to look more in depth into what that volume is representing, and I'll look back at the intraday chart to see if that did come in at the end of the day or what's going on with that, but don't have an answer right now off the top of my head. The weekly chart is extremely bullish. We've got 4 green weeks in a row. We've got a pullback week. The bulls bought the dip with a nice lower wick with that 1-day downside event, and now they'll follow through to the upside on a green Marubozu candlestick closing up at the high, showing tons of strength. So the bulls are still in full control. There is no sign of any pullback, and we now have a very clear support level. This low of the dump on pretty much every individual stock, every individual sector is now going to be our gauge of strength. Any kind of consolidation above that level is just another higher low. Breaking this level would be a red flag for the bulls in the short term. Apple on the daily time frame, definitely a laggard in the tech sector. Seeing other names fly strong the last 2 days of the week. Apple not participating. So we have a tightening range here. We're reaching an equilibrium with our high, low, lower high, higher low, and then 2 very tight days, one of them an inside bar on Friday as well. Keep an eye on Apple. This is a very similar setup that we had to Facebook, looking back here at Facebook after the earnings reaction, where we had our high, low, lower high, higher low, and then a bear break, and that timing for that bear break was really nice because that gave us a clear downside signal, and then it was on that dump day that only magnified that downside significantly. So looking at Apple, we have that same tight pattern, and we're watching the inside bar on Tuesday. It's a nice tight setup ready for a break. 153.31 breaks, and we're looking down at 152.67. And if we get a bull break of 154.24, we're looking up at 154.90. So our most recent lower high and higher low will be our targets depending on which direction this inside bar breaks. Weekly time frame shows this tightening range and an inside week. Look at how tight that range is on 5 trading days. That is probably one of the tightest ranges you'll see in Apple. It has happened in the past with a couple other weeks that have led to bullish continuation, and we'll have to see. Tuesday will set the tone for the week in terms of how we start out and what to expect in terms of which direction we are breaking from this tightening pattern. Looking at Facebook, the bulls following through to a nice move to the upside, and this is a kind of move that I can be much more comfortable on going bullish. If you've been watching these videos last week and the market videos, I haven't been comfortable going bullish on SPY. Number 1, because of the low volume. Number 2, because of the 5 higher opens in a row. And number 3, because we didn't consolidate at all. We went straight from the bottom to new all-time highs, and the bottom of that dump is what I'm referring to on Wednesday. That is odd trading action to me. Way more often than not, we would see an equilibrium pattern and need to consolidate before busting through that high. But here on Facebook, we had our bounce attempt. The high of the bounce was set. We consolidated, set our higher low, and then got our continuation. So that little 2-day move of that higher low definitely plays a factor psychologically for me personally, being more confident. Okay, the bulls have taken a breather, they've set a new support level, and we're ready for continuation. And they did follow through in a big way. They closed up at the high of the day on Friday. It's an inside bar there as well. We'll be looking for a break of 152.25, 152.59, and then the all-time high. In this weekly chart, we've been pointing out this bull flag, especially with the lower wick last week, showing the bulls buying the dip. Had a follow-through candlestick this week, and we are having our sights set on that all-time high to see if the Facebook bulls can get that level this coming week and follow through and confirm this bull flag. So that's what we've got on all these names heading into next week. Lots of inside bars to be watching on Tuesday. We'll check back in after Tuesday's action wraps up. See you then.